what up? We are back in the building. Shout out to everybody out there. If you're at your corporate plantation, making a living, doing what you need to do, this is going to be a special podcast. We got to deviate a little bit. You know, what do they say in corporate American language? Let's table. We're going to table the election, all the bullshit right now. We're going to talk about something a little bit bigger. So shout out to everybody out there. Roll call. Shout out to everybody in Vegas, dealing with the heat and the cold probably right now. Shout out to my brother James Youngblood in Texas. Shout out to my brother Dave from No Compromise. Jojo in the building. Shawnee, Philly in the building. Erica, Florida in the building. Then we got to get that one sister that left a comment to tell us where she at so we can shout her out. Shout out to the homegirl, Melina, all the way in North Carolina, a.k.a. North Kakalaka. And again, shout out to my family out there in Vegas and, in L.A. Speaking of L.A., we about to get on it. We about to talk about the biggest slave combo. We about to talk about that. We gonna get everybody's feelings. I want everybody to tell me how they feel about it that be listening. We gonna do it. Hold on, let me see. Okay. So let's get it. Hey. Oh man, we just gonna have a conversation today. Man, I was watching basketball, watching NBA, and you see LeBron. Look, like I said, when you've worked at the corporate plantation as long as I have and my family have and others have, you start to see a lot of the sucker shit. And when you see it, sometimes it makes you cringe. And look, like I said, I'm gonna give you both sides. I like LeBron and his, hey, we're going to be billionaires and black empowerment. I like all that. But let's be mindful of how we do it within the corporate plantation. A lot of people are like, oh, well, white people are nepotism. Here's the difference. If you have read the United Independent Compensatory Counter-Racist Code of Ethics, if you've read that book, if you read Dr. Frances Welsing's The ISIS Papers, and if you've read Black Labor, White Wealth and Powernomics, you're going to have a completely different mentality. This is not to agree with Warren, but this really had me, I was perplexed and irritated because I'm like, oh my God, like, imagery-wise, to me, LeBron and his son look like the biggest slave combo ever. And you like, well, what do you mean? Well, you already don't own a team. You've played in the NBA 20 years, right? And then now you got your son on the same team on some Ken Griffey Jr., Ken Griffey Sr., who they didn't own the team. And what it looks like, this is just my personal perspective. What it looks like is, okay, yeah, you wanted to use what's called nepotism to get your son on the team and kind of be some type of icon. But in reality, all these white billionaires are laughing at LeBron James and his son because they're the ones making the money off of it. You're getting pennies to the dollar. If Phil Knight is worth $60 billion and Jordan is only worth $3.2 billion, but you've marketed that shoe in the likeness of Michael Jordan, who's the bigger winner? Phil Knight or Michael Jordan? We have to stop taking the scraps and then shoving it in other people's face because we got more table scraps from Dutch Schultz than the rest of the black people. And I'm just tired of watching that shit. How many times I had to give y'all that data? Let me give you the data. Shawnee, Erica, everybody out there. My family, some of us, we from California, so you can't tell us shit. 62% of white people own homes in California. 62. Not 42, not 39, not 29, 62. 19% of black folk own homes in California. They just kicked the can down the road for the reparations bill, right? If you watch that Laker game in its entirety, how many black people did you see? So what does it remind you of? Slavery. Not even indentured servitude, but more slavery. You got this man, a great slave who played for 22 years, and then you got his son who's being put in the likeness and image of being a great slave. Now, what would have been boss to me if LeBron would have bought his own NBA team and then drafted his son? Now that's boss. Now that's real nepotism. But this type of nepotism is nepotism in the imagery of slavery 3.0. That doesn't impress me watching LeBron James and his son that probably shouldn't even be in the NBA playing basketball. My thing is, this man then already had certain health issues. And it's like, I don't know. I think it would be more boss if his son was like an executive. If he was like a Rich Paul. I just think it would be more boss because I feel like the imagery would be looked at differently. And right now, we don't need the imagery of being the biggest slave to win. This is different for black folk than it is for every other racial group. You know, some people have the, oh, well, if it was my son, I would do it. Well, guess what? You're not a billionaire. You're not LeBron James. And the odds of you being able to do that with your son are 150 million and one. So stop. Everybody want to all of a sudden put themselves in the same category as LeBron. You're not LeBron. And for all you non-foundational black Americans that ain't black, you might as well stop it 10 times too. I'm talking about a bigger thing. I'm talking about racial showcasing confusion. I'm talking about, hey, bro, right now, that's not the imagery we need to see. It's two niggas playing basketball on a team you don't own, and you done this for 20 years. Okay, take your billion and go buy the team, and then drive your son. That's boss. I'd be more impressed with that. It was like when he built that school. Everybody, oh man, he built a school. You ain't heard shit about that school ever since. It's time out for the acting, the shucking and jiving, and doing all for what? What are we doing this shit for? You like, Warren, what do you mean? I see why a lot of people that go get money and about that, they don't even really pay attention to a lot of this bullshit. And I see, because I'm like, this is some bullshit. First of all, I don't like the imagery of that for black kids. That's the same thing of niggas telling their kids, you can be like Obama. No, you can't be like Obama. Obama's white grandmother left him $500,000. Last time I checked, what grandmother's leaving any nigga $500,000 in this day and time? Tell me. Find them for me. Show me. Email me. I know Erica would have been emailed me if we found a black kids ain't got no goddamn generational wealth like that. So no, you're not like Obama. Obama's stepdad was the president of BP Oil. Y'all need to stop. Like, all this bullshit is starting to irritate me. That's why I just be by myself. Some man was like, this shit was funny. He was at the gym. Some man was like, what? I said, man, Kamala Harris is a fucking moron. They would have been better off wheeling out Hillary Clinton. He's like, well, I was like, first of all, how you gonna force motherfuckers to get the jab? And then when that shit didn't work, it's like it don't even exist. Oh, well, nigga, they created it. Then I had to check a motherfucker. Bro, I work for the biggest dope dealers. You can't tell me shit. I work with the motherfuckers. I know what they do. And I know what they capable of. And a lot of people don't understand it. And they looking at black people like we're supposed to be vote for this broad because she appears to be black. Man, well, Jesus appears to be white too. But according to the Bible, skin like burnt brass, hair like lamb's wool. That sounds like a nigga to me. But every fucking picture I look up look like Pal Gasol and his brother with a perm press just for me kid. So I don't want to hear none of that sucker shit. That's why I be like, man, what the fuck is this? Look, this what really tripped me out about the situation. It's like Kobe played 20 years and, you know, had his untimely death. When are we gonna realize, like, for black people, they have to use and abuse us for 20 and 30 years for us to get to $1 billion, while white billionaires are being created every day? Like, y'all don't see the odds of that? And the only way we can be a billionaire is if we go play basketball and be some goddamn court gesture for the dominant society. This is no diss. I'm not dissing LeBron. I'm just like, dog, the imagery behind that. Look at all these white people. Look at the games, man. Look at the games. How many black people do y'all see at these damn basketball games? Come on. Man. This is bigger than everybody else. That's why when people are like, oh, I'll do it for my kid. Nigga, you ain't LeBron James and you ain't got billions. So stop. Motherfuckers be cheering this shit on until they... Look, let me tell you something. I'm speaking to the people on this podcast. When you wake up and you get in your car and you drive to your corporate plantation every day, would you like watching your boss's son parade around there and get a lucrative salary at the job that you've been killing yourself at to get to? Would you like that? No, you wouldn't like that. So if we didn't like it when white people did it, why the fuck would we like it if black people do it? So we gonna get damn puffy for doing the same shit white people been doing us for years. And this nigga's doing the same shit and we cheering it on and we act like it's some type of accomplishment. There's 100 million niggas trying to get to the NBA that are 10 times better than them, but we gotta watch this bullshit. That's what I said. Damn, dog, like, we loathe to be the biggest slave sometimes. Hey, I don't want people to agree with me. This is just, look, I can't unread Powernomics and Black Labor, White Wealth. I can't unread Dr. Frances Cress Welsing's The ISIS Papers. I can't unread that shit. And I also can't unread The New Jim Crow by Michelle Alexander. I can't unread those fucking books. After you read Powernomics, you be like, nigga, what are we doing? Like, what is going on? Let these white people be impressed with this. These white people, only time white people are impressed with black people is if you entertaining them. If you have your own opinion and your own belief system, you are a threat to the society, meaning the way they can get people to think. Look at all the recalls that are going on, y'all. Like, this is war for real. People think I'm tripping. Let me tell you, y'all don't think these white people, y'all think these white people are just thinking some bullshit? Man, there was a young kid at the gym. He was talking about all these recalls and listeria and how people need to be on that Dr. Sebi shit and need to find a natural herbalist. This was a young kid, young white kid too, at the gym. He was like, man, people don't understand, man. Detox your body. Stop eating all this shit. This shit isn't good for us. They're literally trying to kill us. If it ain't in the fucking air, they putting it in the food. They putting the diseases in the food and all this other shit. And I'm just listening to him. I didn't say anything. I was just listening. And he was like, I think we more consumed by entertainment and everything else. He's like, that's why I try to like stay focused. He's like, cause man, let me tell you something, man. Like all this, he's like, all these people getting cancer early in their life. Like that shit is crazy because of all the food and lack of herbs and lack of drinking regular water and you know. And I'm like, wow, I'm just listening to him. And I'm like, wow. We got to understand. There's way too much at stake. We ain't got time to be sitting up here listening to this. And I don't give a fuck. I don't care who get mad. Yeah, I like LeBron too. But imagery-wise, you and your son look like the two biggest slaves in the antebellum period. To me. To me. I'm just saying to me. I'm not saying that I'm right. I'm not saying that I'm wrong. Maybe I'm indifferent. But I'm looking at it from a different perspective. Because I know 62% of white people own homes in LA and California, and 19% of black people own homes in California. That's a big ass disparity. So when you sit up here and you see a black man and his son playing the same basketball team, I'm not quick to be like jumping up and down. Because I know exactly what the fuck is going on with black people right now. Nigga, I'm in the trenches. Nigga, I work at the core plantation. I see how they fucking treat our people every fucking day. So yeah, Warren is going to have a different perspective. I don't want people to agree with me. Go do the research. Go to your corporate plantation job. And you tell me if you'll like it, if that corporate plantation boss got his son working there under some nepotism shit and it ain't shit you could do about it, and you're struggling to pay your bills while they just playing games on the job. Yeah, you wouldn't like that. I'm pretty sure a lot of those people that's on that Laker team like, damn, nigga. And they're making it more about these two slaves than they are about winning anyway. That's why I'm like, well, damn, I guess Kobe Bryant, all that work he put in was for a bunch of bullshit. Everybody looking around like, what you mean, nigga? If I'm Kobe Bryant and Magic Johnson and all those other people, and it's about winning and not making it theater and not becoming some corporate plantation imagery, buck-broken dynamic duo, nigga, what are we doing? We're making it more about entertainment than about playing the sport. And I feel like it's being convoluted. Shout out to him, man. If that's what you can do, cool. But at the end of the spectrum, there's young black kids. They're never going to have that opportunity. A lot of black kids don't have fathers growing up. And in my personal opinion, it's going to be very hard for them to relate because they don't have a dad growing up. And most dads can't go on no job that are black and create a nepotism circle for their kid. That's not how it works. See, y'all watching something that's fake and phony. That nigga that had to jump through all kinds of hoops, smile with people, be fake and phony to do that. But the average corporate plantation that's a Fortune 500, they not letting no nigga bring his son on the job. Y'all niggas done lost y'all mind. Y'all cheering on some fake phony shit. Niggas need to stay out the fucking matrix. That's not real. Though Merovingian said a choice is an illusion between those with power and those without. Go watch The Matrix Reloaded when Trinity, Neo, and Morpheus went to see the Merovingian, which the Merovingians are real people, by the way. I got the book, The Hagiography of the Merovingians. They were real people, the Franks. So you got to go really read and do your research about them. And when he went in there, when Morpheus went in there, because he had who was called the key maker. The nigga can make a key to any door, any system, anywhere. And he was like, well, everything begins with choice. He's like, no, it does not. Choice is an illusion between those with power and those without. How many times I tell you? Who put the food in the grocery stores? Who? Who owns the grocery stores? Where are they getting the food? What farms are they getting it from? I bet you half of the black people in the United States of America Incorporated, half the people, period, they can't even track down where the food come from. So you got to wake up and understand, like, oh, this might be a little imagery. Let me not indulge too much into that, because I'm like, and two, I'm looking at it like, ain't nobody paying to be watching you and your son play basketball. Y'all can do that at home. Well, why you mean by that? Nigga, some people, entertainment is all they got. You know what I mean? But what I'm saying is, in a more serious perspective, it looks like racial showcasing confusion to me. That's what it looks like to me. It looks like racial showcasing confusion. It looks like the Lakers are out of options and they like, fuck it, we just gonna go with this. And that's fine. That's fine. I don't expect people to agree with me. I'm just telling you my perspective. They look like the biggest slave combo I've ever seen. And then they will out King Griffey Jr. and his dad. Them niggas ain't on that team that they was playing on either. So it don't mean shit. Look at all the owners. Oh, my bad, I forgot. All the owners in the NBA are white again because Michael Jordan sold his shares. So ain't no more NBA owners. My bad, I forgot black people don't own shit again. 30 years later, it's the same shit. No black owners. And the owner like LeBron James is potentially going to be, he got to smile, shuck and jive, and sambo and smile and be fake and phony. Like, is that really a win? I guess if that's what you want to call a win. But to me, no, it ain't. No, it ain't. People are like, oh man, but you know, shit, LeBron. Yeah, I can tell. They're like most black people in the United States of America. They're worried about them and their people, their family, their inner circle, and making sure that they got money. That's what slavery has done. That's why if you go read the book, Slavery by Another Name, ain't nobody talking about dealing with nobody else. When you read that book, they made it where black folk would be disaggregate, don't want to spend money with each other, don't want to do that shit. I'm telling you, that shit is done by design. I know, because when I get around niggas, you can already tell who wants to work with each other and who don't. And most niggas, in my personal opinion, that have not been socialized to, read and do research, they don't want to work with nobody. They don't want to build shit. They want to be the only nigga on the stage. We need to read Black Labor, White Wealth, Powernomics, the ISIS Papers by Dr. Frances Cress Welsing. We need to read those books, and we need to read the United Independent Compensatory Counter-Racist Code of Ethics. Because what we're seeing right now is racial showcasing confusion. That's all it is. Up here giving out false hope to motherfuckers thinking that they can do that shit too. Nigga, no, you can't. No, you cannot. Stop. Oh, I tell my kids, they could be the next president of the United States of America. Man, stop. Presidents are selected, not elected. That's why they got everybody going back and forth. Motherfuckers like, man, so then who you going? I said, I'm not voting for Trump. I'm not voting for none of them motherfuckers. I don't care. It don't benefit me. Motherfucker said, well, I said, look, dog, you're not going to sway anything I got going on because I've read and did my own research. So most motherfuckers ain't read shit, don't want to read shit, don't know no policies. Motherfucker, I was like, well, wasn't she a prosecutor? She was a DA, right? Oh, she was a prosecutor. Yeah, she was a DA. You know how she got that career, right? I said, how could you be a prosecutor and then when your teleprompter goes out, you don't know what to say? That lets me know everybody has paved the way for you. That's what it means. You don't even know how to freestyle for 5 to 10 minutes? Because you're a moron. That's why. You see all this Listeria shit going on. We must have forgot about FEMA. I be laughing at this shit too. United States that's why a lot of countries know we're a joke. United States of America, half of the United States of America is underwater. People ain't got power, food, nothing. But niggas still going to these goddamn football games and basketball games, ain't they? It's like they don't even give a fuck. Don't nobody care about nobody. So I don't want to hear that shit. I don't want to hear nobody talking about, oh man, the people and this. I don't want to hear none of that. I ain't seen nobody say shit about FEMA, how they giving out $700 checks when these immigrants is getting $7,000 worth of food stamps. I don't want to hear none of that sucker shit. I don't care. That's why I don't need to see who the biggest slave is. All you gotta do is go to every corn plantation and there's one nigga or two nigga that's the biggest goddamn fucking telling about the gun line bosses at that corn plantation. Telling on everybody. Might as well be security and not even work for the goddamn place. All they doing is got a flashlight and telling on everybody. It's called a meritorious manumission. But my bad, that's why I don't fuck with a lot of people. Not because I think I'm smarter than, because most people, they only want to read one book to give them a little bit of education. That's why when people be like, why you looking at it like that? I was like, it's different, dog. You ain't read these books, so there's a different meaning that I'm seeing that you don't see. What you mean? I said, it's called racial showcasing confusion. They take a couple of niggas like Obama and showcase them around other niggas of what they want you to be like. So basically, you telling the NBA, all y'all niggas need to be like LeBron. And we'll still be showcasing him 20 years later. Man, we gonna see about y'all showcasing him when the Lakers ain't winning shit. Now I see why Dr. Buster's Sons was trying to take that team from Jeannie Buss. Because she don't know what the fuck she doing. You too busy trying to racial showcase, didn't win the damn games. We don't need you parading no niggas around us. We know niggas is the shit. We don't need you doing that. Why don't you set LeBron up so he go buy his team? So he can own the team. Then he can do all the nepotism he want to do. Then I'll be proud of him. Shit. Like, nigga, go ahead and do that nepotism. Shit, you own the team, you an owner. But when you own somebody else's team, you report to somebody else. You got a boss. So I don't want to see none of this racial showcasing confusion bullshit. And it's no diss to LeBron and his family and all that stuff, but sometimes all money ain't good money. God damn. It's imagery behind it. And a lot of people don't care about imagery because they get money though. So, and I get that. But let me tell you something. As a people, we got a long way to go. We so busy turning on Puff Daddy. And then you know what's so funny? The first bitch already came out and was a lie. They busted her. They checked her phone record. She texting her dude talking about, I'm about to get a bag out this motherfucker. Well, that one down, 30 to go. Y'all didn't notice once Puffy started having, people like Rizza Islam and Tariq Nasheed on his network, all of a sudden, and then he went after them people that was racially profiling him and letting them promote that Ciroc and all this other shit, and they making billions and he making millions. No, I don't blame him for going after their asses. And now all of a sudden, here come all these trumped up charges and shit. Man, I don't want to hear that bullshit, man. That's why I'm like, damn, dog. Like, they really, really, really showcasing this motherfucker around everybody. And the shit is getting to the point where it's ridiculous. And I'm sick of it. Sorry. That's not the imagery black folk need to see. Black folks need to learn how to code so they can come up with software programs so they can feed their kids. Black people don't need to be in, you know what I'm saying? In my personal opinion, black people don't need to be immersed in playing just sports. We need plumbers. We need electricians. We need skill workers. We need niggas that got trades. Then we need, on the other side, we need coders. I'm tired of Mark Zuckerberg and his team of the dominant society coming up with every goddamn idea, and then we looking at them like they the geniuses, when you know we are the geniuses. Motherfucker be like, oh, no, nigga, that's not far-fetched. It's just we don't want to do it because a lot of the times us as people, we are lazy and we live in the matrix. And we don't want to build the matrix. We just want to live in the matrix and maintain that shit. And that shit get old. So no, I wasn't impressed about that shit. I was just like, man, like I'm tired of watching this shit. It gets to the point like, all right, my nigga, you played the game, your son, retire and go buy your team and let's see what you can do. As we have one black owner per generation in the NBA. And ain't no nigga seem to be like, damn, that shit is kind of racist too, bro. Man, we got one owner. One black owner per generation. All right, George sold his team, so next up is LeBron, right? It is what it is, man. I'm telling you right now, don't be explaining this shit to other racial groups, because they don't fucking get it, because they don't care. That's why I don't explain it. The only thing I told these people I know, they ain't black. I was like, I bet you Kobe Bryant turned over in his grade. They're like, why, man? I'm like, cuz that nigga put in all that work to watch this nigga and his son trick off basketball games. Cause y'all niggas know they ain't gonna win shit. Oh, well, man, it's different, man. Cause you know, if you have kids, no, it ain't different. Tell that to the motherfuckers who's working their ass off so they can pay for tickets to go watch the Lakers win, cause that's all they got. And I said, man, it's easy for motherfuckers to say that until you on your job and you watching the nepotism in your face, then your ass gonna be bitching and complaining. Niggas always act like that until it affect them. And then once it affect them, they be the main motherfuckers complaining about the shit. Nigga, I've been in corporate plantations where the goddamn head motherfucker in charge son just doing whatever the fuck they want to do. That shit ain't fun. And they rubbing it in black people's face, in my personal opinion. If you know the state of black people and the interest rates to buy, I had to tell the other motherfucker, I was like, and another thing, the interest rates is so high. Who the fuck can afford a home with these interest rates? Oh, well, I said, no. The interest rates was like this in 2008 when Obama took office as well. But he didn't do anything to lower the shit. The market just crashed. That's all the fuck happened. See, a lot of times you talk to dumb inside, they just think you some dumb nigga. And I'd be like, look, I had to check my file. Like, first of all, look, bro, you talked to the wrong one. And I said it. Another white dude was laughing at his ass. I was like, look, you talked to the wrong person. I've read too many books, did too much of my own research, and plus I purchased homes, so I know exactly what I'm talking about. And they had a lot of time to change the interest rates. They've been in office since 2020. So why the interest rate still at 6.9? It ain't got shit to do with no fucking COVID. And he couldn't say shit. Exactly. Because most dominant society people think niggas ain't shit and niggas don't know nothing. And then when they come across a motherfucker that done read some shit and done researched some shit, they kind of be like, oh shit, like a deer in headlights. And I just looked at him upside his head. The other white motherfucker was laughing at his ass. He's like, see, I told you a lot of people feel like that. And I was laughing like, no. You better get the fuck out my face with that because I'm black, I'm Democrat. No, I'm black people crack. So no, I ain't vote for both parties. Sorry. It ain't got shit to do with me. He's like, oh, I said, look, my taxes tell me different, that they take out my check, and you should check out a book called Vote Scam. So I don't want to hear none of that shit. And that motherfucker walked off and let me the fuck alone. Nah, nigga, I don't want to hear that shit. You get tired of that shit. Like I said, the reason why I'm going in on LeBron, no diss, but damn. I get it already. Y'all need somebody. Y'all need a messiah for the league to sell the league. And I get all that, but damn. It's time for this nigga to get the fuck on and let's figure this shit out. Because black people are struggling like a motherfucker. I know I'm in the trenches with black people. Black people don't want to spend money with each other. Black people want to look at each other upside each other's head. We're disaggregate. We're disenfranchised. We got a long way to go, so we don't got time to be looking at that type of symbolism. Y'all go find me 5 people that are black that run a major Fortune 500 corporation where their son is at the corporation doing what the fuck they want to do. And you know they don't deserve to be there. Let me tell you the story and I'm done. Kenny the Jet Smith, that's on TNT. He told the story, and this really fucked me up. He said, man, when I was at North Carolina, guess who my roommate was? And they was like, who? He was like, you know, Kohler, you know, the toilets that's in Home Depot and Lowe's? He's like, yeah. He's like, the son was a roommate of mine. And back then, Kohler was big then too. He's like, man, bro, what the fuck is you doing? Going to North Carolina and doing this shit and your people's own that. You know what the son said? He said, my dad said, I have to learn the business from the ground up so people would respect him. Did y'all hear what I just said? So people on the board of directors would respect my dad for having me work at the company. My dad wasn't just gonna let me work at the company. Oh, and by the way, Collier's worth like what, 1.2 billion or $2.5 billion? Collier, you know the toilets. You've seen them before. You've seen the commercials. See? Because they're thinking years down the line. Years. What did the Honorable Elijah Muhammad say? Study the white man. You better study them motherfuckers. You better study them. See, they smart. Yeah, you and your son playing on a team. And, this will be good. And it'll be good. Right. While the Collier family's like, no, nigga, you need to go to school. You need to get your degree. You need to do all the studying. Start from the ground up. So when we put you in a company, the board of directors ain't looking at us upside our fucking heads. See the difference? Because the Lakers like, fuck that. You gonna make us tons of money. They not thinking about the imagery behind that and everything that's going on. No. They thinking about marketing these two nigga slaves so they can make money. That's a fact. And that's why I don't like the idea of it. Because it's bad imagery and it's racial showcase and confusion to me. And I just think a lot of it is sucker shit with all the shit going on. Down inside people, they play all these bullshit games. They the masters of confusion. That's some real shit. You putting this shit out here. I'm like, dog, okay, how long is this gonna go on? Because there's a lot of black people that deserve to be there, that work their asses off. And you just walk your son right into it, and then everybody co-sign the shit. And I'm like, dog, it just, to me, I don't like it when any racial group does it. Period. I don't care who the fuck it is. But I definitely like, we don't need to be doing that to each other. If the league is 80% black folk, we don't need to be doing that shit to each other now. Now the niggas on the team that's better than LeBron's son got to be smiling with this nigga because of who your dad is. Now what kind of sucker shit is that? You know what I mean? Maybe my perspective is different. I look at it from the perspective of, I'm not saying that LeBron's son didn't work hard, but I'm also saying this. The imagery to me is tacky, and the imagery that the narrative they're trying to frame, I don't like it. Because I know how they are. That's that. Y'all gotta be like LeBron if y'all wanna, make it type shit. That's that, well, you got Obama type shit. Obama. You see they rolling, like David said, don't nobody mess with Obama. Yeah, don't nobody fuck with him. The cat is out the bag, Obama. Nobody fucks with you. Nobody likes you. Fuck you and what you got going on. You didn't even mention the word black when you was in office the whole fucking time. You say the LGBTQ, you say the DACA people, and that's all you cared about. And the banks. It was like black people didn't even exist to you, so I don't want to hear none of that sucker shit about no Obama fans, period. I don't want to hear it. Just like this shit right now. I don't want to turn on TV and watch no racial showcase and confusion. Like, yeah, you too could be a father and play in the NBA and have your kid play too. Man, get the fuck out of here. I'm out. Guilty, nigga. Peace. Oh, man.